After exchanging vows, Kate Brandon expected a night of love and romance with her new husband, Charles Whitmore, a respected preacher known for his powerful sermons and revered by his congregation. But the reality she walked into in their honeymoon suite was anything but what she imagined. Her husband, standing in the room wearing diapers, turned to reveal a devastating truth. His anal sphincter was gone, a result of years of hidden gay sexual activity he'd kept secret from her, the church, and the world. As he attempted to explain, what followed would set off a chain of events leading to murder, church cover-ups, and the collapse of a man of God's carefully constructed holy image.
Welcome to Shocking True Crime. Thanks to all our viewers and subscribers for your support. Stay with us for daily updates on the most shocking true crime stories. Don't forget to subscribe.
This is the story of a marriage shattered by lies, manipulation, and sexual secrets. It's also the story of how far Charles Whitmore would go to protect his reputation, even if it meant sacrificing his marriage and his soul. Reverend Charles Whitmore wasn't just a pastor, he was the rising star of Cornerstone Faith Ministries, an influential megachurch in Atlanta. A man who preached purity and faithfulness, his sermons filled the sanctuary, drawing thousands each Sunday. But behind the charismatic leader was a man hiding a dark secret, one that would unravel his life. Charles began his ministry as a youth pastor in a small church and quickly earned the admiration of young people from broken homes. His success grew, and soon, he became an associate pastor at Cornerstone. His influence expanded, and by his late 20s, Charles was the face of the church, admired for his passion and dedication. But as he rose through the ranks, whispers began to circulate about his personal life. Why hadn't he married? What was going on behind closed doors? Rumors of his unusual relationships with certain male church members, particularly Deacon Russell, started to spread. Some believed these meetings were innocent, but others grew suspicious. When Kate Brandon entered the picture, she was told by her parents that Charles was the ideal man, a man of God, worthy of her trust and love. But soon, Kate would learn that her marriage was not what she believed it to be. Charles, under pressure to silence the growing rumors, proposed to Kate in a whirlwind engagement, promising her it was God's will. Despite her initial doubts, Kate's parents encouraged the match, pushing her to trust Charles and the prophecy he claimed had guided him. What followed was a marriage rushed under false pretenses. On their wedding night, everything Kate thought she knew about Charles crumbled. Instead of the romantic evening she had dreamed of, Kate found herself standing in their honeymoon suite, facing a man wearing adult diapers, a man who had hidden a horrific truth. Charles revealed that he had been sexually abused as a teenager by a trusted relative and had kept it hidden ever since. But this was only the beginning. As Charles's confession continued, Kate's suspicions grew. His secret life wasn't just a past trauma, but an ongoing struggle that led to his double life. Kate's world shattered as she learned that her marriage was built on lies. But the situation only escalated when Kate filed for divorce. Terrified of losing everything, Charles went to extreme lengths to protect his reputation. Desperate to silence Kate, Charles enlisted the help of Leonard Hayes, his mentor and the senior pastor at Cornerstone, who had his own dark secrets to hide. Leonard Hayes, a man with a reputation as a powerful figure in the church and in the community, orchestrated a plan to eliminate Kate. He hired Desmond Foster, a volunteer at the church, to stage a deadly accident that would leave Kate paralyzed. Desmond, motivated by financial struggles and the promise of money, followed through on Leonard's orders, driving the car that would change Kate's life forever. The attack left Kate in a coma for days, and when she awoke, she barely had the strength to speak. But the words she managed to say, Charles, responsible, sent shockwaves through her family. Her parents, already devastated, now had to face the possibility that their daughter's ex-husband was not only guilty of manipulating her but of being involved in a plot to destroy her. Detective Warren Cole took up the investigation, unraveling the truth behind the attack. Desmond eventually broke down, confessing that Leonard Hayes had orchestrated the entire incident, revealing the pastor's hidden agenda. With the help of former church members who had been silenced for years, Warren built a case that would expose the dark underbelly of Cornerstone Faith Ministries. In court, the prosecution presented overwhelming evidence of Leonard Hayes's manipulation and corruption. Charles Whitmore, now a broken man, took the stand and admitted to his role in the deception, though he denied any knowledge of the violent actions taken by Leonard. Leonard Hayes, however, chose silence, opting to plead the fifth during the trial, leaving his fate in the hands of the jury. Despite the defense's attempt to paint Charles as a victim of circumstance, the jury found him guilty of conspiracy and accessory to attempted murder. Leonard Hayes, too, was convicted. The church that had once been a beacon of hope for thousands was now a symbol of corruption and abuse, crumbling under the weight of its lies. Kate Brandon, paralyzed for life, became a symbol of resilience and justice. Her story inspired countless others to speak out against the spiritual manipulation and abuse that had plagued the church for years. While her own healing journey was far from over, she knew that by exposing the truth, she had helped protect others from the same fate. The case against Leonard and Charles highlighted the dangers of unchecked power within religious institutions and the lengths some would go to preserve their reputations at the expense of truth and justice. But for Kate, the fight was far from over. She became an advocate for survivors of spiritual abuse, sharing her story to give others the courage to speak out and seek justice. In the end, justice prevailed, but not without sacrifice. The victims of this conspiracy were left with the scars of betrayal, but their bravery in speaking the truth ensured that the story of Charles Whitmore and Leonard Hayes would never be forgotten. And don't forget to subscribe for future episodes where we'll uncover more real-life crime stories, exploring the complexity of human nature and the consequences of our actions.
Welcome to Shocking True Crime. Thanks to all our viewers and subscribers for your support. Stay with us for daily updates on the most shocking true crime stories. Don't forget to subscribe.